Oh. How we doing? How you doing? You alright? What do you mean you can't turn the phone when live? What are you talking about? Don't want to phone, turn the phone. Shut up. Hello peeps, you alright? Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties here for a minute, just for a moment. It'll go away in a minute. Hope you're here. Hope you're well. It's upside. What's it? Tell you what, I'm going to have to do this again. I'm coming out and I'm coming back again. I don't know why. Or should I just do it like this? No, sorry, I'll just do it like this. I'll just do it like this, don't worry. I do like to do it. Hello, Wace. You alright, darling? I do like to do it on landscape as a rule, but I'm going to do it like this because I can't be bothered to ask about. Go live with Mags. I don't think you meant to do that, Mags. Did you? So, hello, who's here? Wace, Mags, Becky. Hello, girls. You alright? Did you mean to do that, Mags? Did you want to come on camera? You're sideways, evening. Oh, am I sideways now? Quickly tell me, I'll change it quickly before too many people get on. Am I sideways? Am I sideways? Hello, Andy, you alright? Am I sideways? Or was it just for you, Lauren? If it's just you, Lauren, come out and come back in again. Like, turn it off and turn it on again. That's my advice. That's my technical advice. Hello, Bill. Why is that bring on camera thing started up again? Oh, Claire, how you doing? You alright? That's alright? Good, thank God for that. How are we, peeps? We alright? We okay? Good, good, good. You probably, I don't know if you just saw my post that I just put up about tonight. I wanted to, you know, sometimes we talk about slightly, hello Ian, hello mate, hello Kim, how are you babe? You've been away for a few days. Sometimes we talk about stuff that's a little bit more serious, not often, you know, because generally speaking it's a light-hearted show, isn't it? But just sometimes things happen and, hello Tara, hello darling, and you got to talk about stuff. Why is it half of you have got that bring them on camera thing? Is it because you're on iPhones? Hello Oki, hello mate, you alright? Yeah, it's no big deal this, by the way, but I'll explain in a minute exactly. I've just made a fan. Hello Emma, I need fans. This is a close, so I'm going to get there. Hello darling, you alright? Hello Julie, Where you been? You been moving, getting your house all sorted out? Kim, you been with the grandkids? What's what you been up to? Little bit of music. Yes, Andy, it is intriguing. Yeah, it's I thought grandkids. I think I saw something, Kim. So I thought good times. Hey, it's good reason. You had a good reason for not being present, so you're not in trouble. That's the important thing. Who else isn't here? Russ isn't here, is he? Russ isn't here. Becky, is Becky here? There's Becky. Lauren's here. Becky's here. Tara's it. Where's Sarah? Tara, where's your mum? It's dawned on me. What's your mum? What's your mum up to? Oh, Chloe. Chloe and Wace are in the house. Becky's here. Lee's, hello mate, how you doing? You alright? Okay, right, shall I start talking about what I was talking about then? Okay, let's just talk about, it's not biggie, but I just wanted to, I was interested, because, tell you why it's interesting, because, hello Stefan, it's regarding, you know, what's going on currently, BLM and all that. Can I actually, before I talk about this, let me just say something about BLM. Personally, when I talk about BLM, I'm not a great reader, right? I don't have the concentration for reading. Hello Lisa, how are you my love? You alright? Oh, okay. Well, it's a serious one tonight you've tuned in on, Lise. But we'll have some fun as well, obviously. But I'm not a great reader, right? So let's just talk about BLM for a minute. So I haven't read up on what BLM is. So when I talk about BLM, I'm... good point, Sarah. I talk about it as a statement rather than a movement, all right? So I'm just going to say that. A statement rather than... So the statement is Black Lives Matter. Right, that's the statement. Yes, all lives matter, but we're talking about Black Lives Matter. Right. Hello, Nick. Hello, mate. How you doing? So, when I talk about BLM, that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the movement, right? Because frankly, I don't know anything about it. Natasha. I don't. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I know how it gets, Lisa. I don't know anything about them. So, just putting that out there. So, the reason I wanted to talk to you guys about it was because I found myself debating with two racists. Today. Hello Shirley. And what's interesting about this is I found myself, I'm going to call them racist because that's what I believe they are. They might think differently, but their words suggest they are definitely racist. Now, why this is interesting is, I mean, speaking with racists at the moment isn't particularly newsworthy, but what's interesting is that one of them was on one side of the line and one of them was on the other. And that's what's interesting. So, Lauren, do you know what? Sometimes I think I can't, but I just get involved sometimes. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm honest, I quite like it because sometimes, you know, you can just say something to idiots and change them, you know, or at least get them thinking. Anyway, so I'll tell you first about the white one. Let's talk about him for a minute. Now, he's got a lot of stuff to say, and he seems to be right. He keeps this is on TikTok, and he is constantly posting things like, for example, if Black Lives Matter so much, why aren't BLM doing something about the inner city killings, the black on black violence? You know, he posts stuff like that. On this particular occasion, he was, I've bloody forgotten. That's why I'm procrastinating, because I've actually forgotten what the hell it was about. Oh, well, that's it. His point was that slavery, that's it. This is his point. He's got some historical figures on slavery that suggest, rightly I'm sure, that every race at some point was enslaved. He talks about the Moors enslaving people. He talks about the Irish being enslaved, which I know full well they were. He talks about basically slavery that's gone on over the years, right? And so basically what he's saying is, so what's different about the slave trade then? And what's that got to do with today? You know, so that was his thing. And I merely pointed out to him, this is it. This is it. I'm going to leave this bit here. I said to him, look, show me evidence in modern day life of the slavery of white people, Irish people, anybody. Show me evidence of that in everyday life. How is the slavery of any white group at any time impacted on today's society? He couldn't do that, of course. So he then said, yeah, but slavery doesn't impact on, on society today. So the slave trade doesn't impact. So I said, okay, let me just put this, I don't know everything, but this is my understanding, is that, and by the way, I'll come to the next bit here. By the way, my understanding is this, that there was a lot of wealth in Africa, a lot of natural wealth, right? We know that, right? Gold, cocoa, diamonds, cobalt, there's a number of things, a lot of natural wealth. But 53 of the 54 African nations, 53 of the 54 were colonised by either the English, Portuguese, Spanish, French, Dutch, Germans, right? That's the truth. So these countries had natural wealth, and other people, Europeans went in and stole it from them, leaving them with nothing. They took over those lands, left them with nothing. They took them from there, they slaughtered loads of them, took them from there, put them in the West Indies, blah, blah, blah. Now, when the 50s and 60s, I'm talking about just England now, when England needed the help, the work, obviously they brought West Indians and Africans over. But what did they have? They had nothing. They had nothing. So they started off, like not many years ago, 70 years ago? 60, 70 years ago, with nothing, with zero, right? So that's my parents and my generation went start off with zero. That was their starting point. That was a starting point. What that means is, from a socio-economic point of view, they are, for the majority, in the lower band. They're not the ABs. They're not the A's and the B's. They're not. They're in the lower band. Some of them educate themselves. A few got educated and they moved up, and some of them now are in the upper group. But the majority are in the lower group. Now, petty crime, blue collar crime, is committed by a certain sector of society, right? Yeah, we all know this. It's the D's, the E's, the F's. They commit petty crime. That's a fact, right? Because those above don't need to. Why would you commit petty crime if you've got plenty of money? Why would you? They commit white collar crime, which, by the way, is equally damaging, but you don't read about in the news. So, by definition, the fact that the slavery took the wealth and left them with nothing means they're in that socio-economic group, which means that you're going to have a higher percentage of criminals, of petty criminals. All right, that was my explanation to him. Yeah. Hello, Joe. Hello, darling. How you doing? You're right. Lots of victims. Oh, Shelley, and I'll have a look at that. Remind me. I'll have a look at that. So anyway, that was that's my point. That should it come up, that in my opinion, that's why there's other things, but that's the main impact that slavery has on modern day. Because people will turn to, I know, me and say, well, you haven't got chip on your shoulder. What about you? What about you? You're all right. You're all right. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I am. Yeah. Maybe I'm the exception one of the exceptions to the rule. As I say, not all black people are impoverished and, you know, fucking committing crimes and what. Of course they're not. Many aren't, actually. But it doesn't change the fact that we started, if everyone else started here, we started here. That's a fact. We started here. Do you know what I mean? We did. Fact, we started here. We had zero. So when my dad died, he didn't have a house to leave. Actually, that's a lie. He did have a house to leave, but my mum's still alive. But most people, that generation, if they've got a house to leave, it's the first time. You know what I mean? Not, and again, not all white people obviously are fortunate enough. There's a lot of working class white people who don't have that either. But the reason they don't have it isn't because of slavery. There are other things. Fiona Sampson agrees with Claire. What did Claire say? I said it just the other day. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, Claire. So anyway, so that's that part of it. There's lots more about that. That's one debate I had. Another debate I had. Interesting debate. Now, there's a guy again on TikTok. TikTok's a very interesting place. He's a white guy and he's in the Hyde Speaker's Corner. And he stands on and he's saying, I do not own any slaves, nor do I support slavery. This white guy is saying, I do not own any slaves, nor do I support slavery. He goes on to say, I am not responsible for slavery. I said, I agree. Right? I just put, totally agree. See, some guy, black guy, comes on to me. I can't remember all the things he said, but basically, at one point he called me an Uncle Tom. If you don't know what Uncle Tom is, it's basically a black guy who, to all intents and purposes, is white. It's an insult to a black guy to be called an Uncle Tom. It's like, Massa, thank you, Massa, thank you. That's what Uncle Tom is. He called me an Uncle Tom, right? I said, why are you insulting me? Why are you calling that? Oh, yeah, you know, I mean, what are you saying? But you hang on these guys just to side with the white people, this and that and this and that. And I said, why do you think that white people today are to blame for slavery? How are white people today to blame for slavery? Because they're white, man. They're white. They're white, you know. Yes, yes. But and I put this to him, and this is maybe something you've never thought of. But just think of this. I've said this on here before. Think about this, right? So I am pure African. I'm not West Indian. I'm pure African. Most of my parents, both my parents were African. I am therefore pure African, right? I'm dark, pure African. Now, as a lot of you know, I have 4 daughters. My first 2 daughters are mixed race because my first wife was white. Caris, my oldest daughter, is living with her boyfriend in Colchester, who's white, right? So Caris is mixed race. Ricky's white. Now, if they have a child, chances are, probably, their child in colour will be virtually white, right? It'll be virtually white. Yeah? So I don't know how he's going to look, obviously. I don't know what features he makes up, but he's going to be virtually white. So imagine, when he grows up, imagine someone saying to him, if you want to take it a step further, let's say he meets a white person, their kid will be pretty much white. So let's say someone says to my grandson or daughter, you know, right, you white person, you're responsible for slavery. He pulls out a picture of Grandad, which is me. Do you see my point about the futility of that argument? Some of you know, Tara, I was talking to you yesterday about this. You've traced your tree back, whatever, you traced your genetics, and you'll see that you've got a small percentage of this and a small percentage of that in your DNA, whatever. But you don't know. Most people just simply don't know. And because of slavery, you know, like I say, you could be white now, you could have been black 3 generations. We're talking about 2 generations here. Me, black, grandchild, virtually white. Great-grandchild, white. Do you know what I mean? So how can I blame, when we talk about slavery from the enslavement of black people by white people, how have any of you got any more to do with it than I have? Do you know what I mean? It's bollocks. It's nonsense. Yes, accept it. That's what I say when it comes to that. I don't expect people to, like the other guy, to come and say, oh, it hasn't had an effect, it's nothing, get over it. But I don't expect that, because it definitely has had an effect. That's wrong. But I'm not blaming anyone now for it, you know? That's it. Hello, Ozzy, you all right? So anyway, they're the 2 conversations. They're interesting, right? They're interesting conversations, I think. Debates, arguments, call it what you like. But I just wanted to share that with you. That's why. And hopefully, maybe if you have the conversation and you hadn't thought about those things before, maybe it's worth having. Certainly, I think the one about blaming people, because like I say, no one knows. No, Again, you may have traced your tree back, but how far, really, how far can it go back? You can't. You may have seen the Hidden Histories. It was a program, it's a brilliant program called Hidden Histories, where they would find white people and go back a few generations, and their great-great-granddad, whatever, was black, and vice versa. So, we know, you're sensible people, right? So that was it. Anyway, I thought it was quite interesting. Not heavy, not angry. It wasn't an angry conversation. But though he did call me out with so much I didn't appreciate, but he's an idiot for doing that. But hey, there you go. Right. Oh, I'm playing with a little bit of concertina paper for some reason. Where's my pen? Anyway, right. It's time to get on the show, right? Green Company, I'm known for it. People do still benefit through generational wealth. Yeah, you're right, Natasha. People do benefit. They do benefit from it. But, you can't. What are they going to do? Do you know what I mean? They're going to give us some money. Every time I drive through Chelsea, I think about that. But it's like, yeah. In fact, I mean, a huge heap of Europe's built on it. A lot of white people in the US are calling the bear movement as terrorism. Yes, there is. Hello, Karis. Hello, darling. You're right. Yes, there's a lot of this Marxist talk. I need to read up on this bit, Andrew, because I haven't read about BLM as a movement. I'm hearing things. And I need really to look at that more, really, if I'm going to have decent conversations about it. I do need to look into BLM and find out what's going on. As I said before, the Unity Party. Oh, there was one guy, what did he say? He said, bloody hell, human. He said the human, what did he call it? Get that wet spam. That's not West Ham. It's not West Ham, Oz. Shut it. It's not too, mate. It's not. I forgot saying that. Unity, but human. He had I think he said human. It was a black guy, and I think he said hashtag Human Lives Matter. I think that's what he said, and I thought that sort of clears things up, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? But no, it doesn't, because it wasn't what he said at all. I'm waffling. Anyway, forget that. What's important is modern day slavery as it's current, and we need to ban using businesses and seek business which aren't. We do, yes. I mean, that's important as well. Yeah, absolutely. We need to do that. Yeah, we do. Will we? Will we do that? I mean, we love our stuff, don't we? Do you know what I mean? We love our trinkets. Oh, oh, don't get in it. You take this out, Bill and Ozzy. Take that out. Take it outside. No, yeah, you're right, Lauren. And I guess we kind of know that, don't we? But do we do it? I mean, maybe you do. Are we conscious enough about? There's a lot of things we should do, aren't there, or not do? Really. I mean, quite honestly. Don't joke about that, okay. Show me last very. I will, Ian. Yeah, I'll definitely listen to that. I'll find it. When did you say it's on? Did you say? Can I find it on YouTube? Did you say that, or BBC? I'll find it, Ian. What was I saying? What spam? No, fine. I've forgotten what I'm saying. Yeah, exploitation. Yeah. I think that we could all the greed and God, it's such a big conversation, this, isn't it? I mean, every time you put your kids in Nike trainers, I've got them, don't we? Radio 2, right? Look at you put your kids in Nike trainers and Adidas and all that. And do we really know where? We shouldn't even be doing that, should we? Should you really be spending 120 quid on a pair of trainers? Really? Yeah, you're right, Sarah. Sadly, really, we shouldn't, should we? But I don't know. It's a big topic, and I think that I just don't know. I wish I knew. I wish I could do something about it. I really do. Anyway, I'm going to exploiting people. Yeah, okay, Lauren, I'll have a look at that. Too many nut jobs around. It's true. Hello, Arthur. Hello, mate. How you doing? Hope you're well. The youngsters. I mean, it's all about young. I'm both enthused and disappointed by young people. Arthur's a good lad, but the young people I speak to, for the majority, I think, yeah, I'm happy about what they're saying. I'm happy about the way they want the world to go. I'm happy that they see the injustice, and you know what? I'm optimistic that they're going to do the right thing, and I just hope I'm right, because then I'll see some others that aren't so much. But for the most part, I am optimistic, and I hope I'm right. Yeah, because it's down to them. It's down to you, Arthur, mate. You, mate, run the world. I'll give you some help. Speaking of running the world, Kanye West. Americans, mate. Fuck, what a bunch. What? You can do anything with money in that place, can't you? Honestly. How does someone like, how did Donald Trump get there? But how did someone like Kanye West even get to that point? He's deranged. No, actually, that's rude. Apparently, he's mentally ill. Hello, Laura. Apparently, he's got mental problems, isn't he? If so, how can anyone let him anywhere near? Well, I know it's because it's money, isn't it? Basically, he's got money and do what he likes. That's it there. He can do what he likes, can't he? I've got as much political nous as he has. I'd be frightened to run for mayor of me bloody house, let alone president of the world. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right, Lauren. I think it should have been called Black Lives Matter 2. I think would have, not 2 as in the sequel. I've died enough of the first one. Black Lives Matter 2, I think would have, as you say, more palatable to the small-minded, because all it's done is people are a bit not that clever. Have just thought, oh, hang on, what about our lives? What about our lives? What about our lives? Yeah, we know. Right, let's talk about stuff. So today, July 27th. I do like a decent topic though, didn't you? I do like a decent topic. July 27th. What happened? Oliver Cromwell defeated the... What a bastard he was. When I was a kid, you know Oliver Cromwell, they were the Cavaliers, weren't they? It was the Roundheads versus the Cavaliers. It was a Cavalier, wasn't he? And the Royals were the Roundheads, am I right? I think I'm right. And I'm a cap... No, I'm not a Roundhead. Ignore that. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Anyway, I just as a kid, I liked the idea of whatever side Ollie Cromwell's on. I liked the idea. I liked his name, and I think he's a Cavalier. I liked the idea of the Cavaliers. And then I found out what he was all about. And bloody hell, he's a right miserable bastard, wasn't he? He was, I don't know what the word was, but he was all for like stopping fun, wasn't he? He was a right miserable git. Anyway, he defeated the Royalists in 1643, and no one was having any fun for a bit. That's basically, that's a potted history of Oliver Cromwell. If you need to learn that, if any of you are history teachers, you need to teach it to your kids. Oliver Cromwell beat the Royalists in 1643 and knocked the fun out of everything, and everything was a bit shit for a bit. That's it. That's all you need. Don't need books. 1865, the Welsh. Listen to this. Did not know this. 1865, the Welsh settlers arrived in Argentina. Did you know that? Diego Maradona might have been Welsh. Did you know that? Did you know that? Didn't know that. Welsh, I mean, there's a lot of sheep in Argentina. They really are, funny enough. But Welsh are in Argentina. Yeah, I'd like to trace some families. I'd love to know more about that. I'm interested by that. Bit like COVID then. I've forgotten what I was saying, Steve. I want to talk to you, Steve, actually, about me, you and Wayne doing something. Chris Lee, love your videos, mate. Could you listen and give an opinion? This is my first music video I've done on COVID-19 a few years ago. Be honest, even if you don't like it. Okay, mate. Hello, Chris. How you doing? Hello, mate. You well? So, love your videos, mate. Where you see my videos, mate? On YouTube, or do you mean here, or TikTok? Anyway, Chris, welcome. And I'll definitely have a listen. Yeah, I'd love to have a listen. Be interested to have a listen. Is that why, Andy? There was one, wasn't there? There was that. What was his name? There was one called Michael Brown or something, wasn't there? There was a couple, actually. I don't know if you're joking, but I know there were a couple of Argentinian footballers with, well, British names at least. Oliver Cromwell spoiling fun. Like, I will see you mean, Ollie. Steve, yeah. Oliver Cromwell, the early day, well, latter day COVID, basically. I'm getting my words mixed up. Yeah, oh, excellent. Nice to see you, Chris. Anyway, have I tried Argentine rarebit? Yes, I have. It's got corned beef on it. It's like corned beef and cheese. It's lovely. Oh, Loretta, have you just arrived? Steph's here. Was it Cooper, as in Copper? Yeah, I know what you mean. He was one, but there was one. One was ginger as well. I remember there was an Argentinian player who was ginger. Remember that? So, you know, something to look into. Right, what else happened? Anyway, listen to this one, right? This happened today. In 1890, right? 1890, Van Gogh shoots himself, right? Now, that's not funny, obviously. It's not a little bit, but it's not funny, I realise that. But what made me bring this up was, right? It says, Van Gogh shoots himself, and he dies 2 days later. How shit a shot are you? He's no Robin Hood, is he? How shit a shot are you, right? That you shoot yourself and die 2 days later. He didn't mean that, did he? Hey, they put him down as some sort of a suicidal maniac. He wasn't at all, was he? That was an accident, mate. Do you know what I mean? He probably shot himself in the foot, literally and figuratively speaking. How do you shoot yourself and die 2 days later? How upsetting and depressing is that? Where did he shoot himself, for Christ's sake? Where did he shoot? He didn't shoot himself in the head, did he? Unless it was a spud gun and he died of the infection. How did that happen? That's hilarious. So I'm using that. It's going to my set, I think. I'll make a big tick on that. I'm going to write that in my set. That's funny. And 1990, White Russia declares independence. What the hell? I thought that was a drink. White Russia declares independence in 1990. One of you very intelligent people might want to tell me what White Russia is. Well, all of it, I thought. But anyway, shot himself in the toe. Yeah, it's not suicide then, is it? You shoot yourself in the toe. What's that about? So that's masochism, isn't it? So just like a bit of pain. Very like whipping himself on the back when he did it. What an idiot. Good at painting, wasn't he? But shit, well, shooting, obviously, and suicide. Anyway, right. Time's moving on now, isn't it? God, it's turned into a chat show. Shall I do a quizzy? Let's do a quizzy. Right, here we go. Oh, shit. Oh, bloody hell. Lauren, I've forgotten your song. Oh, blimey. Sorry, Lauren, I've forgotten your song. Oh, what was it? Damn. Oh, no, I haven't. I've just remembered it. Oh, lucky. Good old brain. Let's write it here before I forget again. Hello, Laura. Why are you saying sorry hi? What has happened? He was getting revenge on himself for cutting his ear. You're right. Yeah, you're right. That's it. You're right. That was a fight. He was having a fight with himself. Van Gogh was basically bipolar, wasn't he? Basically. And he was having a fight with himself. One of himself cut his ear off. The other one shot him. Neither fatal. Well, for 2 days. That's what it was. He was having a duel. Fancy picking the knife and not the gun. Then about geography, the country's Belarus, but it was known as White Russia. See, that's why you have young folks on here. Thanks, Arthur. That's why you have the young'uns on. Cheers, Arthur. It's because White Russia was Belarus. Belarusia. Thanks, mate. Love that. I love the way you've come on and done that. Brilliant. Love that. Love you, Arthur. I'm going to come down to Tolls. I want to buy you a shandy, mate. Right. Where was I? Who am I? Here we go. Who am I, folks? You know how this works? I'm going to tell you, this young lady's been in my car. What do you mean you think it is? Hang on a minute. Arthur, don't be giving me thinks, right? Don't be giving me facts that I'm now regurgitating, right? For my millions of fans. And then coming back and saying, think it is anyway. Make sure, mate, all right? Get that rubber stamp before you... It's doing to my reputation. Why am I not in the centre of the screen? Anyway, this girl, right, that I'm going to tell you about, this Who Am I? She's been in my cab. It's not my cab, it's my car. It's not a cab, it's a car. How about... Yes, sure it is. All right, Arthur, just be sure, mate. For fuck's sake. Karis, you're not meant to do that. You can't do that, Karis. Right, fuck that, haven't you? Right, let me explain. Karis, my daughter, who I was talking about earlier, right? She obviously remembers that I gave Paloma Faith a lift a few months ago. I was just about to do Who Am I, obviously, forgetting Karis was on here. And just got it. So Karis has won Who Am I, basically. Sorry about that. We'll run out of time anyway, so we're dispensing with Who Am I tonight. Well done, Karis. Nice one. What's she like? She's lovely, Lauren. Very clever. Very clever. I've got an edge to her. I can imagine no, it wasn't. I can imagine you want to get on the wrong side of her. Do you know what I mean? But I really liked her. She was funny. She was engaging. She was an attractive person to be in the company of. Do you know what I mean? You felt you wanted to spend more time with her. She was she was great. Tiny. And, wouldn't have a picture taken with me though because she said I'm hideous. No, because she didn't have any makeup on that. I mean, I guess in her position, I get that. I thought she had a Skoda. She might have a Skoda, but she was getting in my car because I've got a better car than hers. So anyway, that's that out of it. So let's do the film, shall we? Let's do the film. Here we go. Here's the film. It's an interview between a couple of sports people. So, what do you think of Plough Lane then? Well, I didn't like Plough Lane, to be honest with you, because it was rough down there. It was rough. It was oh god, divots in the pitch and all that. Groundsman was rubbish. It's rubbish. You know, I prefer something like Anfield or Highbury. Now you're talking. You know, now you're talking. Or Old Trafford. They. Oh god, yes. What's the film, folks? Yeah, she's beautiful. Oh no, you said faithful. Sorry. She's not beautiful. She's very attractive. Why are you saying Paloma Faithful? Anyway, yes, that was the film. Oh my god, she's got it. God, I thought it was quite difficult. All right. Okay. It wasn't. Well, I mean, I should be giving myself a pat on the back. Well done, Becky. Well done, Arthur. Well done. Well done, those people. Do you want to give it Arthur, Becky? Because you get a lot. It's up to you. Oh, you're all getting it. Blimey. Well done. Well done. Put Becky in there. Becky. Well done. Pitch perfect. I'm impressed, actually. I don't want to be sexist, but the women were banging there, weren't they? Straight in there. Can I say something a bit sexist? Did your husbands help? I'm just asking. Don't get the hump. Julie, did Ian give you a bit of a nudge on that one? Be honest. Becky, I forgot your husband's name. I know he's probably there. Be honest. Did they give you a bit of a... Don't get the hump. If they didn't, I'm just asking. Yes, Arthur can pick the film. Arthur, you're picking the film. Is Becky sitting in the next room to you because I'm 10 seconds behind? How are you? Becky? No, she's still in Derbyshire, mate. Perfect pitch. Right. Right. That's what it is. All right, Becky, I believe you. I believe you. I'm in trouble. I know, I can feel it. Right. Let's go straight on because, like I say, we run out of time. Oh, poem, it's poem time. Right, let's do it. No one gave me a topic, by the way. I think because Mia won, and I didn't want to bother in the States. So I've written a poem. Just made one up this morning. Looked out the window, actually. Ian hasn't watched it. Okay. All right, I believe you. Don't need men. Well, you do. But you do, Lauren. But anyway, here we go. Today's poem is as follows. I don't like it much. I can't believe I've said that. But anyway. Anyway, here we go. Could we not swap for a week or two with those whose only wish is to see the skies open and cry their tears? For though we see it as anything but, they've not been blessed like us for many, many years. As I look out the window and wish only for sun and to feel the warmth upon my skin, to them their only prayer is for it to go back in. We feel so sad to see a sky so grey and unprepared to give us what we want today and to cordially share its love and warmth and healthy rays and bathe us with its joy, while all the while far, far away managing to destroy. Life and heart and harvest, why are you so cruel? We've worshipped you since the dawn of time, so be gentle with your rule. Weep upon them and smile on us, and we'll give thanks to you. We'll behave, I promise. It's the least that we can do. We'll play and laugh, no slaughtered calf of worship at your door, but we will treat you better for now and evermore. We'll not act in haste, we'll manage our waste and take care of our resources and respect your ultimate power and all of nature's forces. We ask only that if you be fair to your subjects, both here and overseas, give them your tears and us your smile, dear mother, if you please. And then the sun came out as though my pleading words had made their way to the heavens and somehow been heard. I had no choice but to smile as the warmth massaged my face, and everyone seemed to be in a much, much better place. Flowers said hello that I'd not seen before, and old folk dared to venture outside once more. And while children played, no one stayed indoors, as I mean, why would they? For our prayers had been answered on this very day. Families packed their cars and took off to the coast, but the thing I loved more than this, the thing I loved the most, was that people seemed not to care about the issues of the day. They just wanted to enjoy, laugh, love and play. And I gave thanks, for I was sure that this was down to me, though I promised to keep my secret. I didn't want to brag about how wonderful I'd been, so she too agreed to keep it. After a long exhausting day, my thoughts turned back to the rain, and when next, if ever, I'd see it again, and whether whilst we enjoyed our trial separation, it visited those in need of its precipitation. And if so, were they as happy as I'd been to see the sun? I hope so, for my wish was really for everyone. I hope the rain had made them smile as the sun had made me, and I hope they'd played and made the best of my pact of secrecy. But alas, I learned later on that the sun could make us smile, but at the same time create havoc all the while. I felt somehow betrayed and guilty for my deal, while making me very happy had made others feel sad and down and full of grim and despair, and left their lands ravaged with disaster everywhere. So the next beautiful day I looked up at the sun and asked my mother nature exactly what I'd done. She said, "You are but a boy, but your kindness will not be forgotten. Now if you could just pass on it to the rest, because they're just bloody rotten." That was my poem for today. That was me looking out the window and seeing a shit day and praying for rain, praying for sun, and then thinking about the people on the other end of the world who are looking at a really sunny day and praying for rain. That was what that was all about, from the point of view of a child, which my brain is. So that was it. That was what I called that. I called that word to the weather. Word to the weather. that was that. Right. Hello, Mark Flynn. Hello, buddy. How you doing? Very late. Right at the end. Just in time for the song. Just in time for the song, which I've just remembered. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to have to stand up for it. Oh, bleeding, a bit stiff. Right, here we go. Song time. Here we go. Ready? What's the song? Sunny in Yarmouth. Cheers for that, Sam. Sam, by the way, Sam, I went to the Monkhams last night. The quiz was meant to be on. They wanted me to go there to host the quiz. But didn't do it because, you know, there weren't many people there. So I don't know why they did it. But anyway, they did. So they might be bringing it back soon. So if you want to maybe have a word with them. Anyway, Ockie's in there. It was quite easy, to be fair. Sorry, Karis, Ockie beat you to it, love. Ockie, my daughter beat you to it, Ockie. Can you get on my phone? Oh, sorry. Oh, it was too late, mate. Oh, yeah, you forgot to say it was, but you said it now. So, well done, Ockie. Sorry, Karis. Sorry, he beat you to it, love. It was Murder on the Dance Floor. Sophie Ellis Baxter. Murder on the dance floor, but not steal the groove. Murder on the dance floor. Yes, Sam, get down there. Get down there. Right. God, this is back to Life of Pearl, folks. We're nearing the end of the show. Remember, no show tomorrow. Oh, drink's a wonderful drug. I must come to Tulsa and see you, Colin, and make sure you're right, mate. Bless him. Right, where was I? Oh, God. Life of Pearl. Right, you may recall that Pearl and Brendan have found themselves at astronaut school. So, here we go. So basically, Pearl and Brendan, they're in astronaut school, and they're getting to know the fellow astronauts. There's 8 of them all together, and they're just in the where are they? I don't know where they are. They're in the foyer, not the foyer. They're somewhere. Maybe they're in the dining room. It doesn't matter. And yeah, and they're all getting to know each other. So that's what we're about. So let's go. Here we go. Pearl spent her time wisely getting to know the girls better. Pugh was the oldest at 95. She'd been married 23 times and had 218 children. She'd worked all her life in rumbelows and had a degree in camel watching that she obtained from the University of Barry Island. She was a keen angler, and the most important fact about her was that she was once engaged to Barry Blitter when she was 9. Other than that, she was quite unremarkable. Next up was Becky. She was 15 and had saved up her pocket money from busking on the pavement outside Poundland to get the bus fare to attend the Careers Day. She'd never been married and had no children, but hoped one day to have sextuplets with her boyfriend, who was a Premier League footballer who couldn't be named for legal reasons. The most interesting fact about her was that she had 2 tellies. Pearl thought she was boring little shit and hoped to avoid her for the 22 years that they'd been in space. Dribble was by far the most interesting and the one Pearl gravitated toward the most. Not least because they had their love of salad tossers in common and had both been arrested for being drunk in charge of a minor and other obsolete professions. She'd been married twice before and was now in the middle of a 3rd messy divorce. Yes, Becky, it's all about you. She'd caught her husband having an affair with an Egyptian rabbit who hung around pets at home at the weekend. It wasn't the first time. He'd once been caught on CCTV holding hands with a chinchilla, but she forgave him as it was his birthday. This was her main reason for going into space. Her 3rd husband was 102, so she was convinced by the time she got back from Neptune he'd be dead. Pearl looked out the autumn leaves as it was late September and then began her tale. She had to cut it short though because it was already next spring by the time she got as far as the time she spent in Disneyland Paris. The boys didn't bother getting to know each other beyond Chinese Burns and other worldly poets. They discussed which of the girls they'd like to snog and woolly brassieres. Brendan had his eye on Dribble, which was ironically what he was doing as he became a little excited when they were talking about tits. And there we are, folks. It's a very short passage tonight, thankfully, because I've gone well over time. Because obviously we talked all about the beginning. I can't speak. I've gone well over time because obviously at the beginning we talked a lot about the whole BLM thing, didn't we? So, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the show. I had a bit of fun tonight. I'll be back, not tomorrow, because it's every other day now. I'll be back on Wednesday. I need from Oki, obviously, send me a song. Becky, send me a film. And Karis, even though you cocked it up, because you're my daughter, you can choose a poem for Wednesday. Choose a poem for me for Wednesday, and I will do it. So, guys, come back on Wednesday. I might even have a theme. Depending on the poem, maybe it'll be a theme I'm trying to think, because I'm doing it every other day, I'm trying to think of little things to do, just for our pleasure, your pleasure, and my pleasure. It's been real, it's been lovely. Love you as always. See you Wednesday. Bye. Arthur, send the film. Send the film. Arthur. Oh, Arthur, send it. Oh, see what you mean. Yeah, all right, Arthur. Arthur, do you hear that? Send me a film, mate. Choose a film. All right? Arthur, I'll be chasing you otherwise. Don't be late, Oz. Laters.